What is going on, guys? It is our Hammy Games here, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. Now, in today's video, we are doing our week later review with the key lime pie GFuel flavor. So today we're doing key lime pies week later. Tomorrow we're doing cotton candies week later. So we have a back-to-back week later schedule here. But anyways, so if this is your first week later video you've ever seen, or if you guys forgot how these work, basically what happens is I get a new flavor in, and I try to drink that as my only flavor for a week straight. So obviously this week's was a little bit harder, or with key lime pie was a little bit harder because we also had cotton candy drop. Cotton candies was harder because we also had gummy worms drop. So a little bit of a different, take on this than I have had in the past, but we do have our final thoughts on this flavor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put it in our shaker cup. Today we've got the bubblegum shaker cup. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in here, get it all shaken up, get some tastes, and I'll give you guys like my kind of final thoughts on this flavor now that we've had it for a week. Alrighty, so we got key lime pie all mixed up. Here was the color that I made. It's a super kind of like light green color. And basically what I try to do in these week laters is have these flavors at different points of the day, like when I first wake up, late at night, stuff like that. In the initial taste test, we did try this flavor with milk as well. So that was something that was taken into account for this, because some flavors are really good with milk. So but other than that, that's pretty much what we do with the week later, is just kind of figure out, is it good after that initial taste test because of the hype of it being a new flavor and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead, get a taste real quick. And yeah, so I guess the first thing that I want to talk about is this is a very light flavor. So sometimes we get dessert flavors that are kind of strong. Like I would say rainbow sherbet's on a little bit of the stronger side. Bubblegum's a little bit on the stronger side. This one though is the complete opposite way. If you've ever had strawberry shortcake GFuel, it kind of reminds me of that with how light it is. And for me, strawberry shortcake GFuel wasn't the greatest flavor because of how light it was. Me personally, I like the little bit of a stronger flavors. So this one's got more flavor to it, I think, than strawberry shortcake did, but it's still a super light flavor. So what I get is most of the flavor in the front half, the back half just kind of fades off into nothing. And that front half that you get is really good. You do get a little bit of like, I guess maybe like a whipped cream in like the back half, but it's not a lot. So obviously with this being a dessert flavor, it's not a morning flavor at all. I tried it. It's not good. I wouldn't do it. Now, if you're just sitting and gaming or whatnot throughout the night, maybe I could see this as a good flavor. But for me, you have to add some extra powder if you want to get any taste to it. If you just do a regular scoop of it, you're not getting a ton of taste in this. You're getting most of the taste when you add extra powder, and that's one thing that sucks, but I do anyways with my GFuel flavor, so that doesn't bother me really any. I like to add a little bit extra anyways to get the full taste of the flavor. And yeah, I don't know. To me, it's very light. It's almost like I know you mix it with water, but it's very watery. Like, it's a very dull taste in it. To me, I think that they could have done this a little bit better, maybe, because if you mix, like, let's say, peach cobbler, for example, which is kind of on the same lines as this in a way, dessert-wise, it tastes great in water, it tastes great in milk, and it's, a pretty decently good flavor overall. This one, I think that as far as it goes, I wish that key lime taste was a little bit stronger. I like the whipped cream taste in the back half, and the thing that you're really missing here is kind of like the crust of the pie. So like that graham cracker crust. I think if they could have nailed that, that would have made this flavor even better. But the overall kind of reaction to it is if the flavor was stronger, I think it would have been better. So I don't know. Like I said, I like stronger flavors, but I think this one's a little bit too light in my opinion. With that being said though, it's not my least favorite flavor that I've ever tried of GFuel. Maybe like of this round of like retrying stuff, yeah, it probably is down there with like one of my least favorites that I've retried so far. but it's really not that bad. Personally, I liked it in milk. I had Lexi try it in milk and water. She wasn't the biggest fan of it in milk, so if you guys do have this flavor, I'd highly recommend you try it in milk. Maybe only make like a half serving of it to see what you think about it. Because when I tried it in milk, I thought it was pretty good. It's definitely better, I think, in milk than the water. It kind of makes that whipped cream like back half taste come out a little bit more. But yeah, other than that, you know, it's a very just, I want to say it's a very just okay flavor in my opinion. But at the same time, I want to say that, like, since I'm saying it's not one of my favorites, it's down at the bottom, I feel like I need to be saying something more to it than that. But to me, it's just kind of in that range of, like, this is an okay flavor. Like, I have it, I'll pick it up, I'll drink it sometimes. It's definitely not a, you know, I look at my GFuel tubs and I'm like, hey man, I'm having that today. It's not that. It's more of a thing of, you have to be in the mood to drink it. And most of the time I'm in the mood for other flavors when I look at it. Like, when I think of daily flavors to drink, I'm thinking like Bahama Mama, Sour Blue Chug Rug, stuff like that. So this kind of doesn't fall in that category, and I think that it could get lost kind of if you try to put it in that category. But for me, it's okay. I forget what I gave it in the initial taste test, but you know, after a week of having it, I'm probably only going to give it like a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's not my favorite. It's not terrible. Like, I'm not rating this a 0 or anything like that. And I know that 6.5 is normally like one of my lowest ratings that I've ever given on the channel, but it's not really terrible. Like, it's still good. It's drinkable. I'll still pick it up and drink it every now and then. But for me, it's just not... It's not one of the best flavors, and if you let it sit for too long, like I've always said this with like powdered energy drinks, right? So like you let it sit too long, you see all the powder that's like built up on the bottom. Even if you like give it another shake, for some reason, I get it with this flavor and not with every GFuel flavor that I've ever had. I've gotten it with a couple of them, but this one kind of shines through more recently with this, is just you kind of get like I guess a powdery taste in it. I don't know, like you can feel the powder if you don't mix it up well enough. Like that one, I had it a little bit, so it kind of happens over time of it just like sitting and building up powder and stuff like that. But I don't really hold that against it. I mean, like I said, to me it's an okay flavor. If you guys want to get it and try it, if you guys are a fan of like, I would say if you're a fan of strawberry shortcake and how light that flavor is, you're gonna like this. So that's like kind of like the demographic. I feel like that would love this. But other than that, you know, like I said, 6.5, 7 for me. It's not one of my favorites. It's probably down there with, like, in my opinion, I think the worst flavor that they have up on their website that I'm not gonna retry is Mega Potion. I'd say it's probably down there a little bit for me with Mega Potion, but better because I can see myself actually picking this one back up and drinking it some. Or Mega Potion, I can't see it all. But yeah, that's kind of just where my stance is on it. It's definitely not a morning flavor. It's more of a night flavor, dessert flavor. Go figure there. And yeah. But other than that, that's going to do it for me here in this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, smash the like button down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel to see new videos. We have got the Cotton Candy Week Later coming out tomorrow, and I'm trying to get a video edited as quick as I can for this weekend because, as you guys know, Modern Warfare 2 dropped, and I have it. I've been playing it for the past week or so now. I absolutely love it. The camo grind has started on it, and I'm going to be doing a whole like Road to Orion series, which is the mastery camo in this game. So normally I stream it, but this year I kind of wanted to do videos for it, so there's that. So trying to get that done for this weekend. So if you guys see that go up, definitely go ahead and watch that. That's going to take a lot of time to edit. But anyways, other than that, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.